Welcome to the Arrington Gavin Show. Real talk, big opinions, and fearless conversations. From the front lines of politics to the latest in pop culture. From breaking sports headlines to the stories that move the world. Nothing's off limits, and nobody's holding back. Arrington Gavin is here to break it down, build it up, and keep it all the way real. So turn it up, lean in, and let's get into it. This is the Arrington Gavin Show.
Hey, what's happening, ladies and gents? Welcome to another great episode of the Arrington Gavin Show, your go-to spot for sharp insights, bold opinions, and unfiltered takes on the biggest stories of the day, whether it's politics, sports, pop culture, or the latest buzz. Look, we're diving deep and keeping it real. So, as always, do me a favor, kick back, stay informed, and get ready to join the conversation. Look, on today's conversation, I want to give you my reaction, my response to the recent Super Bowl we just had. NFL Super Bowl 60 it was, between the Seattle Seahawks and the New England Patriots. Now, as you know, the Seattle Seahawks came out victorious, which I think most of America was thrilled to see, because if you're not a Patriots fan like myself, I thought it was a great game. I was happy to see New England lose. I was still not ready to see New England return to its dominant self that it used to be back in the day, back when it was Belichick, Tom Brady, Gronk, you name it. They were back when they had everybody on that squad. Excuse me. So yeah, I did not want to see that. So we're gonna talk about that. In addition to that, with one of the greatest Super Bowls that we witnessed, you also had a very, very highly publicized and anticipated Super Bowl halftime. Bad Bunny, the artist known as Bad Bunny, multi-award-winning, multi-Grammy award-winning, multi-Latin Grammy award-winning artist, Bad Bunny performance Super Bowl halftime. And the halftime, before it even started, had controversy. Why? Because we live in such a divisive world where we have fools that are like, oh my gosh, here's another woke artist, and the only reason why they're doing this is because of the woke culture. And we're gonna create our own, and we're gonna have a great old dandy time. And so that's what happened. You had not one but two Super Bowl halftime shows. I don't know if y'all tuned into one or the other or both. I tuned into one, and that was Bad Bunny's. Okay, I did not tune into the Kid Rock halftime show. God help us all. But I'm gonna also talk about that and just how the right has been. What have they been? They just been so depressed, and they've been losing their minds. I mean, you talk about Trump derangement syndrome. What do you call Bad Bunny derangement syndrome? Oh my goodness, they have been just losing their minds 24/7. And it's really comical. I'll be honest. It is extremely comical in my opinion. So we are going to discuss a little bit of everything here on the show today. I hope y'all enjoyed our live pre-show this past Sunday. It was great, right? It was amazing. I had the opportunity just to have a conversation with the former NFL star Lenny Friedman, a good buddy of mine. Did 10 years in the NFL as a I think a guard, offensive guard. He played with the Chicago Bears, Washington Redskins, which is now the Washington Commanders, Denver Broncos, as well as the Cleveland Browns. Great career, and gave us great insight on his take leading into the Super Bowl. So had a great conversation with that. We see the numbers going up, so I truly appreciate it that y'all have been enjoying that. And look, we've been giving y'all some great conversations lately. I'm just saying. Shout out to my good friend Amanda from Amanda's Mild Takes for coming back on the show. We talked a little bit of everything. Okay. In addition to that, we had on a couple of candidates. We had Mark Moran, who is the Democratic candidate. He's running for U.S. Senator out in Virginia. He is running in the primaries against a longtime Senator, Mark Warner, which is going to be a tough battle for him. But hey, had a great conversation with him. I heard his passion, had some great policies as well. Let's see if the majority thinks that way. Also, I had on Memphis City Councilwoman Jerry Green on the show. Had a great conversation with her as well. She is running for governor of the state Tennessee, for the state of Tennessee. And if elected, she will be the first woman elected to serve that position as governor of the state. Look, we've seen a lot of firsts. Okay, we've seen a lot of firsts. Hey, I live in the Commonwealth state where we just elected the first woman governor in Abigail Spanberger. So it's a lot of stuff happening with that. So I hope y'all been enjoying those conversations, and I got a lot of great ones coming up for you too in the future. But on today, I'm your guest. I hope you are happy with that. I'm your guest. Hey, don't give me that face. Don't give me that look. No, I'm joking. But but no, we're gonna like I said, this is gonna be dedicated to just all things. This is post Super Bowl. I know it's a little long overdue, but hey, it's never too late. It's never too late. So, as always, my friends, thank you so much for taking the time out of your busy schedule to tune into the Arrington Gavin show. As you all know, we are a grassroots program, continue to grow each and every day. We see large numbers in our subscribers. We see subscribers growing each and every day, viewership numbers. We see growth, and I want to thank you because I can't do without you, the listeners, the viewers out there. We have folks that support this program. I have critics that still tune in this program, and I appreciate it because I read the comments. I got folks that disagree with some of my takes on things, but that's okay. You know, you're entitled to your opinion, just like I'm entitled to my opinion, and I'm entitled not to care about yours. um, but I thank you. As you know, we drop new episodes Monday through Fridays at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on YouTube and wherever you get your podcasts, whether that's iHeart, Apple, Spotify, just to name a few. In addition to that, for those who are watching us, do me a favor, like, subscribe, share with a friend, share with family. I truly appreciate it. If you can spread the word, okay. And also help me help you, but mainly help me. We have a goal, y'all. We're trying to hit 5,000 subscribers. Okay, we have a campaign going on. It's gonna be a minute, but hey, it the more the merrier. So if you haven't done so, if you're listening right now, hey, you probably listen to us right now on a podcast platform. Go to YouTube. Most people in America, y'all have YouTube. Come on, go to YouTube, type in the Arrington Gavin show. Okay, type in the Arrington Gavin show and subscribe. Subscribe so you can get the 411 on new episodes, new conversations when we drop new video shorts and all that good stuff. Support, support, support. I truly appreciate it. Also, my friends, not only can you check us on those platforms, you can also watch us on Goatverse TV. That's right, Goatverse TV. Uh you can download the app. It's free. It's available on the App Store, Google Play Store, Roku, as well as Amazon Fire TV. Lastly, you can also listen to us on the radio airwaves. Shout out to our affiliates. We have one in New Orleans, WBOK 1230 AM, what New Orleans is talking about. You can tune into the show weeknights at 7 p.m. Central Time. And then we're going to head over to the metro Atlanta area to WDJY 99.1 FM Straight Talk. You can listen into the Arrington Gavin show weeknights at 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then lastly, as you all know, we've mentioned the news here on the program as well as on social media. Starting March 6th, okay? Starting March 6th, you can listen into the Arrington Gavin show Fridays at 8 p.m. West Coast time. Fridays, 8 p.m. West Coast time to KSHP 1400 AM and 107.1 FM Las Vegas. You can tune into the Arrington Gavin show, my friend. So again, we're growing. We are growing, and I'm so thrilled that you are a part of this journey and seeing us grow. And so we got a lot of great stuff in store for you. All right, my friends. Well, what we're going to do right now is we're going to take a commercial break because I got to take a breather. I talked enough, right? I talked enough. It's only been like 10 minutes, but it's a lot. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we're going to get it started. Don't go anywhere and don't change that dial. You're listening to the Arrington Gavin show.
What's up, y'all? Welcome And we still in traffic.
Don't look familiar, do I? Not in this seat.
Hey, what's that you listening to?
Here to host today.
Hey, turn it up. Yeah, that's that new Gold Verse app. I got you.
So y'all want to know where the goats are? They're off on the sidelines.
Looking for fresh, relevant content wherever you go?
What was the name of the app he said?
Introducing GoatVerse TV.
GoatVerse, that's what it's called.
The free streaming app that brings you the best podcasts, current events, and thought-provoking opinions all in one place. Download it now from the Apple Store or Play Store. In Goats, we trust.
Every man has a story to tell. Your ambitions, your achievements, your legacy. Your suit should reflect that story, crafted precisely, designed for impact, and tailored exclusively for you. We work with only the finest fabrics, luxurious wools, silk, linen, and blends from world-renowned mills in Italy, the UK, and India. These fabrics are the foundation of custom suits that exude elegance and stand the test of time. But a suit isn't just about fabric, it's about fit, and it's about confidence, and it all starts with you. When you work with me, you'll receive a personalized consultation, whether in person or over Zoom. Together, we'll explore your vision and discuss your needs, and we're gonna bring your ideas to life. My journey as a designer includes apprenticing under New York-based designer Clavon Leonard, showcasing collections at New York Fashion Week, Algeria Fashion Week, and the prestigious Baltimore Met Gala. That experience is what we bring to every suit we create, from weddings to corporate events and everything in between. We specialize in crafting one-of-a-kind suits for life's most significant moments. Dapper Luke has been recognized as one of Baltimore's best menswear in 2023, and I was honored to be one of the 10 designers selected for the prestigious Baltimore Met Gala. With over 900 satisfied clients, we proudly serve Virginia Beach and Baltimore, bringing world-class designs to these incredible communities. We don't just make suits, we craft confidence. Your suit will fit your body, your style, and it will tell your story. Book your free online personal consultation today. Visit www.dapperluke.com.
6'10", number one pick, 16 seasons, College Player of the Year, All-Rookie Standout. Joe Smith built a career on grit, consistency, and showing up.
Greatness isn't just about the game. It's about how you show up every day. Rugged Evolution now offers body care products for every man, because not every man wears a beard, but every man deserves care. Greatness doesn't fade.
It evolves. Rugged Evolution Beard Care. Every beard deserves to be legendary, and every man deserves care.
What's happening, my friends? What's happening? So look, gotta talk about, as I mentioned before, we're gonna talk about the Super Bowl, post Super Bowl reaction on everything, game, halftime, the whole 9 yards. But before I move forward, I wanted to mention, a lot of folks probably don't know this here, but I like to kind of start off with a little icebreaker. You might have not known this before. Let me see, where can I pull it? Here we go. So did you all know that 70%, okay, count it, 70% of people in America, or excuse me, people in the world, 70% of people in the world do not use toilet paper? Yes. In many regions across Asia, the Middle East, Africa, and parts of Europe, water-based cleaning methods such as bidets, hoses, or pouring water by hand are the norm. Public health experts note that toilet paper use is largely a Western practice that expanded alongside modern plumbing and a mass paper production. In contrast, water-based hygiene is often considered more effective as reducing bacteria and is widely viewed as more sanitary and environmentally sustainable. Now, the statistic highlights how everyday habits many people assume are universal are actually shaped by culture, infrastructure, and history. The source for that was the World Health Organization. That's no shocker. I feel like the person in office doesn't wipe. especially doesn't wipe what comes out of his mouth. So of course I can understand that. So as I mentioned before, y'all, I want to talk about Super Bowl halftime show. I'm gonna start from the beginning. So the game itself, it was between two squads, Seattle Seahawks, led by Sam Darnold, a person you can consider to be a journeyman because Sam Darnold drafted in 2018 drafted to the New York Jets. Now, most folks when they go to the New York Jets, your career is never, improved. Your career is to die. Okay. The Jets have been suffering for decades. You hear me? So he was drafted by an awful team, a rookie who was supposed to be the person to be the almighty savior. It's a lot of pressure. That didn't happen. 3 seasons he struggled. Then he went on to play for the Carolina Panthers, another awful team, for 2 seasons. Struggled. Then went on to play for the San Francisco 49ers. And from there, he was traded to the Minnesota Vikings. I feel like I'm blanking on a team. He was with San Fran. He was with another squad, I think, before that, but whatever. He then went on to play for the the Minnesota Vikings, and had a great season, right? 14 wins under them. And then he had the opportunity to play for Seattle Seahawks. Again, been with a lot of teams, but Seattle, he went off. He was not only a Pro Bowl, but I believe he was also a league MVP candidate, right? 14 wins, 3 losses. I did the comparison to both squads. Seattle alone had 6 players make it to the Pro Bowl, 3 offensive players, 3 defensive players. Then we go to New England. You have a guy by the name of Drake May, 23-year-old powerhouse, QB, quick, athletic, good arm, smart. And then you also had a lockdown corner in Gonzalez for New England. So both teams really, really good, but the public always was saying that Sam Darnold, Seattle, they have it in the bag. They are a stronger team. They got all the pieces. They got a great defense, great running game, great defense. But hey, Seattle still was a solid squad. Throughout the game, it was neck and neck. Both of them came in 14 wins, 3 losses, very equal. It was hard to score on these squads. Hard to score. You had again, Gonzalez being a lockdown receiver, so really Sam didn't have a lot of opportunities to make good key passes. Then you start to rely on the running game. Running game was good. Walker the third is yes, Walker, Kenneth Walker the third was great, right? Making key plays, but to be honest, the savior was the kicker. Okay. The kicker came clutch 24/7, never miss. There was moments where it was always just, field goal, field goal, field goal, field goal. He was never missing, to the point I think he might have hit an all-time record, if I'm not mistaken. I have to go back and check that out. Jason Myers. He was making clutch field goals. At one point it was 9-0, and then you're like, oh gosh. I'm talking for the first full half. For the first half of the game, you did not have any touchdown scores. It was all scores was made by field goal. And you were like, oh my gosh, am I going to witness a goose egg game? That would suck, because I don't want to, people pay good money to see these games. I don't want to see a blowout. It was predictions saying it was going to be a blowout. I had on my guy, Lenny Friedman, former NFL star. He had, he gave his take on what the strategy should be. And that was Sam Darnold has got to do all he can to just not lose. Okay. He does not have to be the star. He has to play smart football and just let his team do the work. Seriously, just let his team do the work. And I was like, wait, what do you mean by that? You have a running game. run the ball, get points on the board. Don't try and be the star of the game because it can cost you. It can cost you. We've seen a lot of key players in this past season that it costs. Josh Allen with the Buffalo Bills. Okay, we've seen time and time again players choke in clutch situations. This was Sam Darnold's first time playing in the Super Bowl. But that's what he did, though. That's what he did. First quarter stat line. I'm giving it to you right now. First quarter stat line. Drake May, 4 for 5, 34 yards, sacked twice. Okay. Darnold, 4 out of 10 attempts, 54 yards. Stevenson, out of New England, 4 carries, 17 yards, 7 yards in reception. Okay. Cooper Kupp, 1 reception for 23 yards. That was the first quarter stat, y'all. Just giving y'all basic. Now, second quarter, you had, again, Drake May. Now, we're adding on now. 2 for 5, 14 yards, sacked. Second quarter stat line, okay? Darnold, 5 for 12, 34 yards. Kenneth Walker III, 9 carries, 78 yards. Big numbers, right? Big numbers. Cooper Kupp, 3 receptions, 23 yards. It was a low-scoring game. Total yards after the first half, Seattle had 183, New England had 53. Passing yards, Seattle had 88, New England had 18. Rushing yards, Seattle had 95, New England had 33. First downs in the first half, Seattle had 10, New England had 4. I mean, this was it couldn't get any closer than that. Could not get any closer than that. Now I'm gonna skip over the halftime because I want to specifically have a huge moment talking about the halftime show and all the critics from that. But I want to finish talking about the game real quick. Third quarter starts. Drake May, again, low turnout. 2 for 8, 13 yards, sacked twice, and 1 fumble. Darnold had 6 for 9, 74 yards, sacked once. Again, Cooper Kupp, 1 reception, 8 yards. It was a low game, my friends. Now, the final stat, because it really was a defensive squad, but Seattle was just a stronger team. Drake May did not have an answer at all for Seattle's defense at all. He had 1 interception, I believe, in the game. No. 2. He had 2 interceptions. Yeah, he had 2 interceptions in that game because one that at first was counted as a fumble was really interception. So he didn't have an answer, but I'll give credit to New England and to Drake May. Drake May's 23 years old. You led a team to the Super Bowl. Mike Vrabel, you did a hell of a job this season. You being a former champion, New England champion, it's good momentum. Next year could be your year. We don't know, but your squad, they did their thing. I mean, it's just they did not have an answer for Seattle. Final stats of the game. Drake May was 27 for 43 out of 43 attempts. 295 yards in passing, 2 TDs, 2 interceptions, 5 carries, 37 yards, and then 6. He was sacked 6 times. 6 times in that game. It was blitzing galore. Rushing the passer. That's how it was. It was just high intensity, in your nose football. Sam Darnold, 19 completions, out of 38 attempts, 202 yards, 1 touchdown, 2 carries, 5 yards, 1 sack. Kenneth Walker III, 27 carries, 135 yards, 2 receptions, 26 yards. Hollins had 4 receptions, 78 yards, and 1 touchdown. I think it was only 1 touchdown scored in the Super Bowl, to my knowledge. Yeah, there was only one. It was only 1 touchdown. Kenneth Walker ended up getting the MVP. Now, me personally, and I told a friend of mine this, I would have liked to see Jason Myers get the MVP, the kicker. I just think he put on the most points. He put the most points on the board. He was clutch. It was in a time where it was like, wow, we are losing. We're getting our tails whooped. Jason Myers was that guy. He was the guy that people put their faith in. And I kind of would appreciate if Kenneth Walker could have said, hey, look, I want to share this MVP with my kicker. But Kenneth Walker also drove. He had key plays. He put the team on his back throughout the season, but he put his team on his back. All around, great game. Not one of your most entertaining ones, but it was a original, fight to the fullest game. And that's what I love to see. I don't want to see an easy blowout. I don't want to see that. I want to see in your nose, like, just I want to see the fight. I want to see it. I want to see it. I just want to see a good game. It's the last game of the season. I want to see something. I want to be entertained. And so it was an intense game. And so yes. Shout out to the Seattle Seahawks. Shout out to Sam Darnold, who I think really, they might make a movie out of his story. Seriously. Sam Darnold was a journeyman. He was playing from one bad team to another. During press conferences, though, he never gave up. He said, hey, look, my time is coming. We're going to continue to improve. He was never like a down, like, no, well, I guess this is my career. I guess this is how it's going to go. Let me just continue to keep a job and see where it takes me. No, he never gave up hope. Never gave up hope. And it showed until he landed in the right place. Now he's a Super Bowl champ. Come on now. Come on. It don't get any better than that. It does not get any better than that. And it was awesome. But now I want to talk about the big thing. I want to really talk about I want to talk about what everybody is sharing, and that is the Super Bowl halftime show. Bad Bunny. Just so I can give y'all the stats on Bad Bunny here. Multi-award winning. I think he's still in his 20s, if I'm not mistaken. Hold on, let me check this out here. Okay, he's 31 years old, so just a year older than me. Wow, what am I doing with my life? Known as the king of Latin trap. This man has 6 Grammys, 17 Latin Grammys, 8 Billboard Music Awards, 13 Lo Nuestro Awards. He was crowned Artist of the Year by Billboard in 2022 and 2025. Most streamed artist on Spotify in 2020 to 2022 and 2025. He was the second in 2023 and the third in 2024. Again, the accolades is amazing. And the crazy thing is, he's done all this in 10 years. 10 years, my friends. So Bad Bunny, a worldwide superstar, not just an American, no, worldwide superstar. It was announced that he was going to be the Super Bowl halftime performer. Now, because we have a very, very, very petty individual in the White House and a horrific support, administration and the Maga base, it just makes me hurl. That's why I got this ginger ale next to me, because it makes me sick when I talk about them. They were so against, oh my gosh, This is so woke. Wait a minute. Does he ever speak English? So now we're gonna have a non-speaking English Super Bowl halftime. This is the wokest of the woke. This is ridiculous. This is an America's game, America's sport. What are we doing here? Let me tell you something. And listen to him really clear. Music doesn't have one language. It's a universal language. Music hits the ears, the lives of everybody. Okay? Music is not just for, oh, music is an American thing. Music is a Latin. No, it's a worldwide thing. Music is everything. You don't have to understand what they're saying. It's the feeling. It's the vibes. That's what you got out of this halftime show. And look, I was extremely happy when I heard Bad Bunny was doing it because I know how popular Bad Bunny is. Okay, y'all forget Bad Bunny won Album of the Year. He has 8 Grammys. He has 17 Latin Grammys. He has 8 Grammys. He is popular he was the most viewed or the most listened or streamed artist on Spotify. The most streamed on top of every single artist. You hear me? Bad Bunny at 31 years old deserves all the praise and more. You hear me? I was praying during the Super Bowl. I'm like, I pray he don't say not a nay English word. You hear me? I didn't want to hear nothing in English. And I was satisfied because he didn't say everything was in Spanish. And he showed, let me tell you something. This halftime show was the win that the Hispanic community was in need for. Because look, you go outside your door. What are you seeing right now? What are you hearing? You're hearing them getting thrown to the ground because they're getting questioned about their citizenship. If they're not American, they're out because ICE is coming after them. Okay. You're hearing a president continue to talk down on them like they're dogs, like they're not even human, an administration that follows behind this madness. Okay. We're seeing a culture get criticized left and right 24/7. What Bad Bunny did was bring his community back up. And this was a huge win for the culture. Let me tell you something. Best thing I was watching was reactions to Puerto Rican families and Hispanic families, that were watching everything from start to finish. It was, listen. I'm just trying to go back on the numbers here. The day after that Super Bowl, I think they said it was 135 million views, and 135 million plus people viewed this halftime show. 135. That ain't no small number. That's a big number. Matter of fact, I think it was bigger than Kendrick Lamar's halftime, Kendrick Lamar was most likely one of my all-time favorite ones. But you gotta look at it. For the culture needed that in Kendrick, right? Kendrick was speaking volumes on the issues that was happening at that very moment. Bad Bunny did it for his culture. Here's how petty this admit. Okay, he says yes, 137, 135. I'm looking at it the whole time. 135 million, becoming the most watched halftime show in Super Bowl history. Super Bowl has been in existence for 60 years, and this is the most viewed. I don't look at this as an L for the Super Bowl or America. Now, again, being that you have so many petty individuals, they were like, well, we're going to have our own Super Bowl. So Turning Point USA says they're going to have their own Super Bowl halftime show. And they had Kid Rock. Kid Rock was the headline. I don't even know the other names. That's why I really shouldn't even give him the time of the let's see, the All America. It was Kid Rock, Lee Bryce, Brant Gilbert, Gabby Barrett. Again, artists I don't know anything about. I know of Kid Rock, but I can't give you like a Kid Rock song if you paid me. That was the halftime show, and that was considered the All-American halftime show. Couldn't be more offensive. Could it be more offensive? Because what they're saying is that Bad Bunny is not American. What they're saying is having a Spanish-speaking halftime show is very un-American, and it's bad. Look, let me play you some sound bites here. So, of course, you know your girl Megan Kelly, who Megan is just continuing to. Well, let me show you first before I get to Megan. Let me show you first the right's response because they were just in panic mode the whole time. Like, oh my gosh, I can't believe what just witnessed. Did you watch this? Did you see this? Kick in the face. Check this out, y'all.
But if you want to blame anyone for this, again, don't blame Bad Bunny. He is who he is. Someone most people watching had never heard of before he was booked to do the Super Bowl. He's just another entertainer who got very rich off the American consumer, but then turns around and trashes the country when he doesn't like the president. He's an anti-American radical who canceled his U.S. shows because he's supposedly afraid of ICE. What a phony. Unless, that is, he's worried that his concerts attract violent illegal alien gangbangers or rapists.
Okay.
But again, don't blame. Now, we somehow went from Paul McCartney and Michael Jackson and Prince, supremely talented superstars, to a guy who kind of toots his way through songs, mumbling about meaningless nonsense. But if you want to...
I like the Super Bowl not to be an international event. I like it when we kind of all come together as Americans, especially when it feels like the NFL is just using it as a marketing ploy to recruit Latin American audience on the heels of Latin America invading this country. 20 million pouring in. And that's what you see. You see all these foreigners speaking a foreign language with foreign flags marching into the camera like a caravan. Too soon. Listen, this was an open borders moment. Everybody knows it. That's what's going on here. And all the reporters.
My point being, it seems like kind of a big deal considering that twice as many Puerto Ricans are in the United States as in Puerto Rico. So if the culture is so amazing, why are you coming here? And
I thought the traditional halftime show was fascinating. How's that for a generic word, Martha? Honestly, I was so interested to watch and to try to see if he was going to come with some of the hate that he came with when it was announced that he was doing this 4 months ago. And the problem is I couldn't understand a darn thing he said. He warned us 4 months ago saying, if you want to understand what I'm saying at halftime in 4 months, learn the language. Didn't prompt me to go learn Spanish any better. And I'm sure millions of Americans agree with that. This is the biggest sporting event globally, really, every single year, but especially in our country. It's a celebration of American football. Down in the other countries, football is soccer. Okay, this is ours. And I'm frustrated that the NFL and Jay-Z, who makes these decisions, chose to do something so outside of what our demographic with American football wants. It was intentional, though, a business decision as this sport, Roger Goodell, continues to make sure that it grows globally. They had 5 different countries they played games in this year outside of the United States. This is intentional. This is not going to change.
Okay, I gotta quiet her down, man, because she is continuing. She being Sage Steele, a former ESPN anchor who continues to make a fool of herself. Let's just be very frank here, and all of them did. You heard all the criticism. This is America. This is an American sport. We need American artists, vice versa. Okay. As I mentioned, the Super Bowl is for one, music doesn't have a significant, that has a specific language. It's a universal language. Music is music. And I'm trying to remember here, you had U2, right? British band. You had the Rolling Stones, British band. You had Paul McCartney, you've had The Who. You've had artists that are not American artists perform. Why is the issue now all of a sudden you have Bad Bunny? I'm confused. I'm so confused here. Also, the NFL has always had an international presence. Okay, NFL Europe, remember that? NFL is now continuing to build back that international audience. Right, 9 games next season is going to be overseas. Why? Because they continue to build. You have players in the league that are from overseas that have internet. It's a culture moment. Who cares if you don't know? You like, oh my gosh, they're having such a huge hissy fit. The fact that he spoke fluent in Spanish the whole entire time. Last time I checked, y'all, when you're in school, when you were a kid in school and you had to learn different languages, why was it a required? Why was it a requirement? Because in my school, you had to learn either French, Spanish, Latin, but Spanish was always the go-to one. Why is that? Because schools prepare you in life, right? They prepare you in life. Like it's so sad. It's so sad that we live in such a divisive world where last time I checked, we were the land of the free, right? We were the land of the free. We were the land of accepting, not pushing away. I just feel like if Bad Bunny doesn't belong at the Super Bowl, maybe the folks crying about it don't belong in the country built on freedom, diversity, and rhythm. Y'all scared of reggaeton, but not insurrections. That's a quote right there, read by former NFL champion and NFL star Jason Kelsey. I mean, those words were spot on. Those words were spot on. They're scared of this. And first of all, I don't know what hate Laura Ingraham is talking about, because the whole time, even when he won his Grammy, everything was love, unity. Bad Bunny 10 years ago was working in a grocery store in San Juan while he was uploading his music on YouTube. Now recently he's extremely successful, global superstar, headlining Super Bowl halftime shows with the most viewed. I mean, let me tell you something. Everybody wanted to see him win and the culture win. Puerto Rico is also U.S. territory. He is a citizen. Yet, again, you have those traditional conservatives. I won't say traditional. You got the Maga conservatives that are pushing growth, pushing diversity. When does diversity become such a hateful thing? Oh, diversity, diversity, yuck. Wait, what? When did it become a loss? Increasing diversity is a wonderful thing. Diversity in the workplace benefits businesses. You remember when I shared a story about our local restaurant in my city that now faces a lawsuit, $5 million lawsuit by 9 women who was discriminated by a waiter because he racially profiled 9 women. Diversity matters, y'all. But those folks on Fox News, that was just only Fox News, by the way. You got a lot more people that are talking, which here's the funny thing. 135 million people chimed into the Super Bowl halftime show. 5 million, maybe 6 million by now, tuned into the All-American one. So hey, look, you have the right to watch what you want to watch, and 6 million decide to watch Kid Rock do whatever he does. I don't know if was he a singer, rapper, rock? What is he? Kid Rock. What does he do? Only thing I know he does is shoot beer cans, and I mean he literally just continues to make an ass of himself 24/7. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what he does. I really don't. Like you could, like I said, you couldn't pay me to know any of his music. So let me share you Megyn Kelly. Who, you know, Megyn Kelly's our favorite, right? We love Megyn here, right? You know, on the opposite day. Yeah. So She was on Pierce Morgan Uncensored, and she just had just a flat out like spaz. Like she just went off. Brace yourself, because I call it one thing, you have an opinion for it. Like I said, just brace yourself. Listen to this here.
To get up there and perform the whole show in Spanish is a middle finger to the rest of America. Who gives a damn that we have 40 million Spanish speakers in the United States? We have 310 million who don't speak a lick of Spanish. This is supposed to be a unifying event for the country, not for the Latinos, not for one small group, but for the country. We don't need a Black national anthem. We don't need a Spanish speaking, non-English performer, and we don't need an ICE or America hater featured as our primetime entertainment.
Okay, what is the national language, officially the national language of the United States of America?
I mean, English. And there's been a push for many years to make it an official,
you don't have one.
Documented thing.
You don't have one.
If you would have let me finish my comment, I would have pointed that out, that people have been pushing to make it official.
Okay,
right,
so you're trying to make official.
This attitude that you have right here is why you in Great Britain have lost your culture. You ceded your culture to a bunch of radical Muslims who came in and took over, and now it's gone. We're not allowing that here, whether it's Hispanic, whether it's Muslim. It's not happening in the United States of America. That's why President Trump was elected. And whether it's Bad Bunny, who is American but refuses to speak English in his performances, or anybody else, we have to keep the Super Bowl, which is a quintessential American event. Football, that kind of football, is ours. They call it American football. And the halftime show and everything around it needs to stay quintessentially American. Not Spanish, not Muslim, not anything other than good old-fashioned American apple pie. There should be a meatloaf, maybe some fried chicken, and an English-speaking performer. That's what the Super Bowl should be. Piers, but to get up there...
I mean, oh gosh, I really wish I could say it, but I can't on this show because, you know, we're on radio stations. I love the platform that we have, but kindly, you know, just, you know what I want to say, y'all, so much about this person. What that was there was extremely offensive. Extremely offensive. Because once again, they're scared. MAGA's scared. Those folks that are, when they tell you who they are from the first time, believe them. You hear me? When they tell you who they are the first time, believe them. She is yelling on a rant saying, we don't need a Black national anthem. We don't need Spanish speaking halftime show. It's American football, American football, American football. Like, it breaks your heart. It really does. It's sad because, like, where did all this come from? Where did this come from? But it never went away, right? The sad thing is we always say, well, look, back during the civil rights era, it was extremely worse for, when MLK was marching and those that were marching with him. It was bad times that we're fortunate to not have colored water fountains or this. But when you hear stuff like that, I'm not gonna lie. I feel some type of way. Because what it tells me is that you don't care about growth. You don't care about diversity. You sure as hell don't care about other cultures. This is what makes America what it is. The land of the free, the home of the brave. Freedom, diversity, different cultures, all in one melting pot. But no one likes that no more. You're gonna come in here, you're gonna play by our rules, and you gotta do as I say, you're gonna talk like us. You better not talk that Spanish talk. That's what I'm getting. You better act right, talk right. No, you're gonna love these American sports, bump your European. What? Like and then it's funny because, and I don't always agree with Piers Morgan, but that's why she even reacted even worse, because he made a total fool out of herself when he asked, is there a national language? He says, is there a national language? He said, oh, it's not. And he left. Then she's like, see, this is why Great Britain, and yeah, on national everything about Great Britain. see what I mean? When people get hemmed up on a corner, they start attacking. That's what Trump does. When you question him, all he does is start attacking the way you look, the way you sound. You're a very nasty girl. You're a very nasty person. That's why your ratings suck. All right. That's why no one. So all you do in office is read ratings. You read ratings. Why don't you read, I don't know, a bill? Why don't you do your job and stop worrying about TV ratings, Don? It was funny because everybody was talking so bad about the Super Bowl halftime show. Now, you would think for how much he was talking about it, why would Donald Trump want to tune into it, right? Why would he want to watch the halftime show? But he did. There's literally videos of him, Lindsey Graham, all his MAGA friends. They're literally in the little nursing home cafeteria sitting down watching the Bad Bunny halftime show. They ain't watched Turning Point USA. So sorry, Kid Rock. All those people that you continue to support, they weren't watching you. Here's was Donald Trump's words right here. The Super Bowl, maybe I can talk about it. I can talk about it in his voice if I can because it's a lot. This Super Bowl halftime show is absolutely terrible. One of the worst ever. It makes no sense. It is an affront. Okay, I'm gonna stop talking about it. Is an affront to the greatness of America and doesn't represent our standards of success, creativity, or elective. First of all, Super Bowl is about bringing so many different. Look, I would love to see a reggae Super Bowl. I want to see you. You've had country, you've had rock, you have pop, you have hip hop. Now you have Latin music. It's universal. Why wasn't nobody was complaining when J-Lo and Shakira performed? Like, as I mentioned earlier, U2, Rolling Stones, Paul McCartney. Ain't nobody have an issue with them. It's silly. It's extremely silly and it's comical. Nobody understands a word this guy is saying, and the dancing is disgusting, especially for young children. Okay, that are watching from throughout the USA and all over the world. The show is just a slap in the face to our country, which is setting new standards and records every single day, including the best stock market and 401k in history. There is nothing inspirational about this mess of halftime show, and watch, it will get great reviews from the fake news media because they haven't got a clue of what is going on in the real world. And by the way, the NFL should immediately replace its ridiculous new kickoff rule, Make America Great Again, President Trump. I mean, y'all, that is the man that is the leader of this country. That is a man who's the leader of this country. I mean, now he cares about the children, but yet you got Kid Rock headlining one. Kid Rock, remember, we talk about Kid Rock now. Kid Rock ain't no angel. And I mean, coming from Donald Trump, I mean, he's the same guy that's like, look at those lips about his press secretary. Like, it's just, I don't get it. I really do not get it. I don't. I do, but I don't. I don't want to. Oh gosh, it's killing me. Do I got something else to share with you? I think I'm looking at my time. Let me show you this one last clip here, and we're gonna leave you with this, y'all. Okay, let me play you this. This was on C-SPAN here.
I wanted to make a comment about the halftime show. The people who are complaining about it being in Spanish, the album that was a top winning award was all in Spanish. You wouldn't ask an opera singer, an Italian opera singer, to convert her song into English. That's ridiculous. In the 50s, blacks would go overseas blues singers, jazz singers. They sang in Paris and France. They sang in English. This whole thing about the Spanish, it's just a made-up controversy, and it's unfortunate. The most important thing he said at the end was in English: God bless America. We have to stop being so discriminatory toward anything that's not like us all the time. It was a great performance. It was all love. You did not need to be able to speak English to understand it. Thank you. I wanted to...
I mean, just chef's kiss. Bravo to that lovely lady who made a great point. Great point. I mean, the messaging. The messaging was just spot on. There was a message. There was a message on the screen at the Super Bowl that I want to leave you guys with this. The only thing more powerful than hate is love. The only thing more powerful than hate is love. I'm going to say it again for the people in the back that didn't hear. The only thing that is more powerful than hate is love. If we continue to repeat those words, my friends, if we continue to repeat those words, I'm telling you, the world will be a better place. The only thing more powerful than hate is love. I might have to get that I might have to get that as a tattoo. That's a bar, isn't it? Because what Bad Bunny did at the end, he shared almost every flag that has a large Hispanic population, and just then they were walking to the touchdown into the end zone, bounced it, and then they started playing like I said. I was jamming. I'm still jamming right now. I'm still jamming right now. We were having a wonderful time. Me and all my Hispanic brothers and sisters out there, my Puerto Rican brothers and sisters. Look, we had a wonderful time. Once again, the only thing more powerful than hate is love. And what you're getting from this administration, what you're getting from the Maga right, is all hate. And it's always been hate. Ever since he came down those golden escalators, it has always been hate since day one. That has been his brand. He's always been non-apologetic about it. And I wish I had time to share a little more why this is, this administration is continuing to just shoot themselves in the foot come midterms, and he's hurting it for the full Republican Party. But I don't have that kind of time. I would like to congratulate Bad Bunny on a successful Super Bowl halftime show and much more success. It was memorable. Again, would it be in my top 5? Not really, because again, I really was never listening to Bad Bunny like that. But hey, you got a fan out of me, boss. You got a fan of me, and it was a very, production, appearances, everything was amazing. The storytelling, it was superb. Okay, it was superb. It was an A+ performance. A+ performance, my friends. Look, that is my time, but until next time, my friends, y'all take care, stay blessed, stay informed. I'll talk to y'all for another great conversation here on the Arrington Gavin Show. We got great stuff coming forth to you, man. We got midterms. We're going to be talking with some candidates, local, state, and federal, from cities from all around, not just all across the United States. All right, y'all take care. I'm out.
That's it for tonight on the Arrington Gavin Show. Thanks for tapping in and keeping the conversation alive. Don't forget, stay connected with us on all platforms. Follow at Arrington Gavin on Instagram, Blue Sky, and X, and subscribe to the official Substack for exclusive takes and deep dives you won't get anywhere else. We're here every weeknight, same time, same energy, same real talk. Until next time, stay bold, stay sharp, and stay true. That's what we do on the Arrington Gavin Show. Peace.